Hello, my wonderful English learners. Welcome back to Read, Learn, Listen, your friendly podcast for learning English step by step. I'm Clara, and I'm so excited to spend this time with you today. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome to our family. Grab your favorite drink and get comfortable. And if you're a regular listener, thank you for being here. You always make my day brighter. Today we have something very special and very practical. We're going to follow a student through an entire day, from morning to night. We'll learn useful vocabulary, common phrases, and everyday expressions that you can use in your own life. This episode is perfect for A1 and A2 learners because we'll use simple, everyday English that you can practice immediately. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly how to talk about your daily routine in English. But here's the best part. We're not just learning vocabulary. We're learning about student life, daily habits, and cultural differences too. This will help you understand how students live in English-speaking countries. So are you ready to spend a day with Emma, our student? Let's begin this journey together. Part 1. Meeting Emma, our student. Before we start Emma's day, let me introduce her to you. Emma is 20 years old and she's a university student in London. She studies business and marketing. Emma lives in a small apartment near her university with her roommate, Sarah. Emma is just like many students around the world. She has classes, homework, a part-time job, and she tries to have fun with her friends too. She's busy, but she loves her student life. Today is Wednesday, the middle of the week. Emma has 3 classes today: economics at 9 a.m., marketing at 11 a.m., and statistics at 2 p.m. She also works at a coffee shop in the evening. Are you ready to follow Emma through her day? Let's start early in the morning. Important vocabulary we'll learn today. Daily routine words. Wake up, get ready, have breakfast. University words. Lecture, seminar, assignment, deadline. Time expressions. In the morning, at noon, in the evening. Student life words. Roommate, campus, library, cafeteria. Let's begin. Part 2. Early morning. Wake up time. 6:30 a.m. Beep, beep, beep. Emma's alarm clock rings at 6:30 in the morning. Oh no, not already, Emma thinks. She's still very sleepy. Like many students, Emma is not a morning person. She prefers to stay up late and sleep in, but today she has early classes. Emma reaches for her phone and turns off the alarm. She checks her messages. Nothing important. She looks at the weather app. It's cloudy and cold today, she thinks. I need to wear my jacket. Let's learn some useful morning vocabulary. Alarm clock equals the thing that wakes you up with noise. Sleepy equals feeling tired and wanting to sleep. Stay up late equals go to bed very late at night. Sleep in equals wake up late in the morning. Morning person equals someone who likes mornings and wakes up easily. Emma sits up in bed and stretches her arms. Come on, Emma, she says to herself. You can do this. Just get up and start moving. This is very common for students. Many students talk to themselves to feel motivated in the morning. Do you do this too? Emma finally gets out of bed. Her roommate Sarah is still sleeping in the next room. Emma tries to be quiet because she doesn't want to wake her up. Sarah's first class is at 11 a.m., so she can sleep longer. Common morning phrases. Time to get up. It's time to wake up and start the day. Just 5 more minutes. Wanting to sleep a little longer. I'm not ready for this day equals feeling unprepared for the day ahead. Emma goes to the bathroom to start her morning routine. What happens next? Let's continue. Part 3. Getting ready. Bathroom and bedroom. 6:45 a.m. Emma goes to the small bathroom she shares with Sarah. The first thing she does is splash cold water on her face. "Brrr," she says. The cold water helps her wake up. Then Emma brushes her teeth. This is very important. Good oral hygiene is essential, especially when you have to talk to people all day in classes. Let's learn bathroom vocabulary. Splash water equals put water on your face quickly. Brush teeth equals clean your teeth with a toothbrush. Oral hygiene equals keeping your mouth and teeth clean. Toothbrush equals the small brush for cleaning teeth. Toothpaste equals the cream you put on your toothbrush. While brushing her teeth, Emma looks at herself in the mirror. Her hair is messy from sleeping. I need to do something with this hair, she thinks. After brushing her teeth, Emma takes a quick shower. She doesn't have much time, so it's only a 5-minute shower. She uses shampoo for her hair and soap for her body. Shower vocabulary. Take a shower equals wash your body with water. Shampoo equals soap for washing hair. Quick shower equals a fast shower, not a long one. Soap equals for cleaning your body. After her shower, Emma feels much more awake. That's better, she says. Now Emma goes back to her bedroom to get dressed. She opens her closet and looks at her clothes. What should she wear today? The weather is cold and cloudy, so she needs warm clothes. She chooses blue jeans, a warm sweater, comfortable sneakers. She walks a lot on campus. A light jacket for outside. Clothing vocabulary. Get dressed equals put on your clothes. Closet equals the place where you keep your clothes. Jeans equals blue pants made of denim. Sweater equals warm clothing for your upper body. Sneakers equals comfortable shoes for walking. Jacket equals clothing to wear over other clothes. Emma also puts on a watch and takes her student ID card. The student ID is very important. She needs it to enter buildings and buy food on campus. She packs her backpack with her laptop computer, notebooks for each class, pens and pencils, her water bottle, a small snack, an apple. School supplies vocabulary. Backpack equals a bag you carry on your back. Laptop equals a small computer you can carry. Notebook equals a book with blank pages for writing. Water bottle equals a container for drinking water. Student ID equals a card that shows you are a student. Emma looks at her phone. It's 7:15 a.m. Perfect timing, she thinks. Now I need breakfast. Part 4. Breakfast time. The kitchen. 7:15 a.m. Emma goes to the small kitchen in her apartment. She shares this kitchen with Sarah, so they keep their food on different shelves in the refrigerator. Emma is hungry, but she doesn't have much time for a big breakfast. She needs something quick and healthy. She opens the refrigerator and looks inside. She has milk, eggs, bread, butter, jam, orange juice. Emma decides to make toast with jam and have a glass of orange juice. It's simple, but it gives her energy for the morning. Breakfast vocabulary. Hungry equals wanting to eat food. Refrigerator, or fridge, equals the cold box that keeps food fresh. Shelf/shelves equals the flat surfaces inside the refrigerator. Toast equals bread that is heated until it becomes brown and crispy. Jam is sweet fruit, spread for bread. Energy equals the power to be active and do things. Emma puts 2 pieces of bread in the toaster. While waiting for the toast, she pours orange juice into a glass and drinks it quickly. That's refreshing, she says. The vitamin C in orange juice helps her feel more awake. The toaster makes a ding sound. The toast is ready. Emma takes it out carefully. It's hot. She puts butter on the toast, then strawberry jam on top. Kitchen appliances, vocabulary. Toaster equals machine that heats bread to make toast. Pour equals move liquid from one container to another. Glass equals a container for drinking. Refreshing equals making you feel fresh and awake. Vitamin C equals a healthy substance found in orange juice. Carefully equals doing something with attention to avoid problems. Emma eats her breakfast quickly while standing in the kitchen. She looks at her phone again. 7:30 a.m. I need to leave soon, she thinks. Her first class starts at 9 a.m., but she likes to arrive early to get a good seat and review her notes. While eating, Emma checks her university email on her phone. She has a message from her economics professor. Dear students, don't forget that your assignment is due on Friday. Please bring a printed copy to class. Oh no, Emma thinks. I finished the assignment, but I forgot to print it. I need to print it at the university library before class. This is very common for students, always checking emails and remembering last-minute things they need to do. Emma finishes her breakfast and washes her dishes. She always cleans up after herself because she shares the kitchen with Sarah. Cleaning vocabulary. Wash dishes equals clean plates, glasses, and utensils with water and soap. Clean up equals make a place neat and tidy. Utensils equals forks, knives, and spoons. Emma looks around the kitchen to make sure everything is clean. Perfect, she says. Now it's time to leave for university. Part 5. Leaving home. Getting to university. 7:45 a.m. Emma gets her backpack, jacket, and keys. She also takes her university bus pass. This lets her ride the bus for free because she's a student. Before leaving, Emma writes a quick note for Sarah. Good morning. I took the last of the orange juice. I'll buy more tonight after work. Have a good day. Emma. This is very thoughtful. Good roommates always communicate about shared things like food and household items. Household vocabulary. Keys are metal objects that open locks. Bus pass equals a card that lets you ride public transportation. Note equals a short written message. Household items equals things used in the home. Thoughtful equals thinking about other people's needs. Emma leaves her apartment and locks the door behind her. She lives on the 3rd floor, so she takes the stairs down to the ground floor. Outside, the weather is exactly as the app predicted, cloudy and cold. Emma is happy she brought her jacket. The bus stop is just 2 minutes away from her apartment. This is one reason why Emma chose this apartment. It's very convenient for getting to university. Location vocabulary. Ground floor equals the floor that is at street level. Stairs equal steps that go up and down between floors. Bus stop equals the place where buses pick up passengers. Convenient equals easy and comfortable. Predicted equals said what would happen in the future. At the bus stop, there are already 5 other students waiting. Emma recognizes 2 of them from her marketing class. Hi, Emma, says Jack, one of her classmates. Ready for the economics exam next week? Oh, don't remind me, Emma laughs. I need to start studying this weekend. This is typical student conversation, always talking about exams, assignments, and deadlines. Student conversation vocabulary. Recognize equals know someone because you've seen them before. Classmate equals another student in your class. Exam equals a test to check your knowledge. Don't remind me. I don't want to think about that. Deadline equals the last day you can submit something. The bus arrives at 8 a.m., exactly on time. Emma shows her bus pass to the driver and finds an empty seat. The bus ride to university takes about 15 minutes. During the bus ride, Emma reviews her notes from yesterday's economics class. She uses this time productively, instead of just looking at her phone. Transportation vocabulary. On time equals arriving at the expected time. Empty seat equals a seat where no one is sitting. Bus ride equals the journey on a bus. Review equals look at something again to remember it. Productively equals in a way that achieves good results. Emma arrives at the university campus at 8:15 a.m. She has 45 minutes before her first class. Perfect timing to print her assignment and grab a coffee. Part 6. Arriving at university. Morning routine. 8:15 a.m. Emma gets off the bus at the main campus entrance. The university campus is beautiful. There are old brick buildings, green lawns, and lots of trees. Even though it's cloudy today, the campus looks peaceful and academic. Campus vocabulary. Campus equals the area where a university's buildings are located. Entrance equals the place where you go in. Brick buildings equals buildings made of red clay blocks. Lawns equals areas of grass. Peaceful equals quiet and calm. Academic equals related to learning and education. Emma walks quickly across the campus toward the library. She passes the student center, the cafeteria, and several lecture halls. The campus is getting busy now. Lots of students are arriving for their morning classes. Campus, buildings, vocabulary. Library equals building where books and computers are kept for studying. Student center equals building with services for students. Cafeteria equals place where students can buy and eat food. Lecture hall equals large room, where professors give classes to many students. Emma enters the library and goes straight to the computer area. She logs into a computer using her student ID and password. Then she opens her economics assignment and sends it to the printer. The assignment is 8 pages long. Emma waits while it prints. She checks her phone. 8:25 a.m. Still plenty of time. Computer vocabulary login equals enter your username and password to use a computer. Password equals secret word or numbers to access your account. Assignment equals work that a teacher gives students to do. Printer equals machine that puts text and pictures on paper. Plenty of time equals more than enough time. While waiting for her assignment to print, Emma sees her friend Lisa at a nearby table. Lisa is studying for a chemistry exam. "Hi, Lisa. How's the studying going?" Emma asks quietly. In libraries, people speak quietly so others can concentrate. "It's so difficult," Lisa whispers back. "Chemistry is my hardest subject this semester." "You can do it," Emma encourages her. "You're really smart." Study vocabulary. Concentrate equals focus your attention on something. Whisper equals speak very quietly. Subject equals an area of study like chemistry, math, or English. Semester equals half of a school year, usually 4 to 5 months. Encourage equals give someone confidence and support. Emma's assignment finishes printing. She collects the pages and puts them in her backpack. Now she needs to hurry to get coffee before her first class. The campus coffee shop is in the student center. Emma joins the line. There are about 8 people ahead of her. Everyone wants coffee before morning classes. Coffee shop vocabulary. Collect equals take and gather together. Hurry equals move quickly. Join the line equals go to the end of a line of waiting people. Ahead of equals in front of. While waiting in line, Emma looks at the menu on the wall. The coffee shop sells regular coffee, black coffee, coffee with milk, latte, cappuccino. Tea, black tea, green tea, herbal tea. Hot chocolate. Pastries, croissants, muffins, cookies. Sandwiches. Emma decides to order a medium latte and a banana muffin. The latte will give her caffeine to stay alert in class, and the muffin will give her extra energy. Food and drink vocabulary. Regular coffee equals plain black coffee. Latte equals coffee with lots of steamed milk. Cappuccino equals coffee with steamed milk and foam on top. Herbal tea equals tea made from herbs, not tea leaves. Pastries equals sweet-baked foods. Caffeine equals substance in coffee that helps you stay awake. Alert equals awake and paying attention. When it's Emma's turn, she orders, "Hi, can I have a medium latte and a banana muffin, please?" "Of course," says the barista. "That'll be £4.50. Emma pays with her debit card and waits for her order. The barista is very fast. Emma's latte is ready in just 2 minutes. Shopping vocabulary. Order equals ask for something you want to buy. Barista equals person who makes coffee drinks. Debit card equals plastic card connected to your bank account. Wait for your order equals stay until your food or drink is ready. Emma takes her latte and muffin and checks the time. 8:50 a.m. Perfect. She has 10 minutes to walk to her first class and find a good seat. Part 7. First class. Economics, 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Clara. Emma walks quickly to the economics building. Her first class is in lecture hall B, room 205. This means it's on the second floor of building B. The economics building is one of the newer buildings on campus. It has modern classrooms with large screens, comfortable chairs, and good lighting. Building vocabulary. Lecture hall equals large classroom for many students. Second floor equals the floor above the ground floor. Modern equals new and using recent technology. Screen equals flat surface for showing presentations. Lighting equals the lights in a room. Emma climbs the stairs to the second floor. She's carrying her latte, muffin, backpack, and printed assignment. Quite a lot of things. She's careful not to spill her coffee. Carrying things vocabulary. Climb stairs equals go upstairs. Carrying equals holding and taking things with you. Quite a lot equals many things. Spill equals accidentally pour liquid out of a container. Emma arrives at room 205 at 8:58 a.m. just in time. She chooses a seat in the middle of the lecture hall, not too close to the front, where the professor might ask her questions, but not too far back where she can't see the board clearly. This is smart thinking. Many students have strategies for choosing the best seats in class. About 80 students are in this economics class. Emma sits down and takes out her notebook, pen, and laptop. Some students prefer to take notes by hand. Others prefer to type on their computers. Classroom vocabulary. Just in time equals arriving exactly when you need to. Middle equals not at the front or back, but in the center. Board equals large surface where teachers write or show information. Strategy equals a plan for achieving something. Take notes equals write down important information. By hand equals using a pen or pencil. Type equals use a keyboard to write. Professor Wilson enters the classroom at exactly 9 a.m. He's about 50 years old, with gray hair and glasses. He always wears a suit and tie to class. "Good morning, everyone," Professor Wilson says cheerfully. "I hope you all remembered to bring your assignments today." Emma feels relieved. She remembered to print it just in time. Professor vocabulary. Professor equals university teacher. Enter equals come into a room. Exactly equals precisely at that time. Cheerfully equals in a happy, friendly way. Relieved equals feeling better after being worried. Professor Wilson starts today's lecture about supply and demand in market economics. This is a fundamental concept in economics that explains how prices are determined in markets. Emma opens her notebook and starts taking notes. She writes, supply and demand. Supply equals how much of a product is available. Demand equals how much people want to buy the product. When supply is high and demand is low, prices go down. When supply is low and demand is high, prices go up. Economics vocabulary. Lecture equals a talk given by a teacher to students. Supply equals the amount of something available to buy. Demand equals how much people want to buy something. Fundamental concept equals a basic, important idea. Determined equals decided or established. Available equals able to be obtained or used. Professor Wilson uses lots of real-world examples to explain these concepts. He talks about why airplane tickets cost more during holiday seasons, high demand, limited supply. Why umbrellas cost more on rainy days, increased demand. Why fruits cost less when they're in season, increased supply. Emma finds these examples very helpful. Abstract economic theories become much clearer when connected to everyday life. Learning vocabulary. Real-world examples equals examples from actual life, not just theory. Concepts equals ideas or principles. Limited supply equals not very much available. Increased equals became more or higher. Abstract equals theoretical, not concrete. Theories equals ideas that explain how something works. Connected to equals related to. During the 90-minute class, Emma takes detailed notes on her laptop, raises her hand twice to ask questions, participates in a small group discussion about pricing strategies, drinks her latte, and eats her muffin quietly. Class participation vocabulary. Detailed notes equals notes with lots of specific information. Raise your hand equals lift your hand to show you want to speak. Participate equals take part in an activity. Group discussion equals conversation between several students. Pricing strategies equals ways companies decide how much to charge. Quietly equals without making noise. At 10:25 a.m., Professor Wilson says, "That's all for today. Please remember to submit your assignments at the front desk before you leave. Have a good day." Emma packs her things and walks to the front of the classroom. She puts her printed assignment in the submission box with her name clearly written on top. End of class vocabulary. Submit equals give your work to the teacher. Front desk equals table at the front of the classroom. Submission box equals box where students put their completed work. Clearly written equals written, so it's easy to read. Emma leaves the classroom feeling good about the lecture. She understood most of the content and took good notes. Now she has a 30-minute break before her next class. Part 8. Break time. Between classes. 10:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Clara. Emma has 30 minutes before her marketing class starts. This is the perfect time to review her notes from economics while the information is still fresh in her memory. Emma finds a quiet study area in the hallway outside her next classroom. She sits at a small table and opens her laptop to review her notes. Study habits, vocabulary. Break equals time between activities when you can rest. Review equals look at something again. Fresh in memory equals recently learned and easy to remember. Study area equals place, designed for studying. Hallway equals corridor or passage in a building. While reviewing, Emma realizes she doesn't fully understand one concept from the lecture: price elasticity. She makes a note to ask Professor Wilson about this during his office hours tomorrow. Academic vocabulary. Fully understand equals completely comprehend. Concept equals an idea or principle. Office hours equals time when professors are available to help students. Make a note equals write something down to remember it. Emma also checks her phone for messages. She has a text from her mom asking about her classes, a WhatsApp message from Sarah about dinner plans, an email from the Campus Career Center about job interview workshops. Communication vocabulary. Text equals short message sent by phone. WhatsApp message equals message sent through the WhatsApp app. Career Center equals office that helps students find jobs. Job interview equals formal meeting to apply for a job. Workshop equals educational session where you learn practical skills. Emma quickly replies to her mom, "Hi, Mom. Classes are going well. Just finished economics and heading to marketing soon. Love you." She replies to Sarah, "Sounds good. I'll be home around 6 p.m. after work. Let's cook together." And she saves the Career Center email to read later when she has more time. Quick communication vocabulary. Reply equals answer, a message. Heading to equals going toward. Sounds good equals I agree with that plan. Cook together equals prepare food as a team. Save equals keep something to look at later. At 10:45 a.m., Emma notices other students starting to gather outside the marketing classroom. She decides to join them and maybe chat with her classmates before the lecture starts. "Hi, Emma," says Marcus, another student in her marketing class. "Did you understand everything in yesterday's reading about consumer behavior?" "Most of it," Emma replies, "but I'm still confused about the difference between needs and wants in marketing psychology." "Oh, I can explain that," says Jennifer, who always gets excellent grades in marketing. "Needs are things people must have to survive, like food and shelter. Wants are things people desire but don't actually need, like expensive clothes or fancy cars." "That makes sense," Emma says. "So marketing often focuses on turning wants into perceived needs?" "Exactly," Jennifer confirms. "You're getting it." Academic discussion vocabulary. Gather equals come together in a group. Chat equals have a casual conversation. Consumer behavior equals how people act when buying things. Confused about equals not understanding clearly. Psychology equals the study of how the mind works. Survive equals continue to live. Shelter equals a place to live. Desire equals want strongly. Perceived equals believed or thought to be true. Confirms equals says that something is correct. This kind of peer learning is very valuable. Students often learn well from explaining things to each other. At 10:55 a.m., the marketing professor, Dr. Martinez, arrives and opens the classroom door. Students begin entering and choosing their seats. Emma says goodbye to Marcus and Jennifer and goes into the classroom for her second class of the day. Part 9. Second class. Marketing, 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Clara. Emma's marketing class is smaller than her economics class, only about 40 students. The classroom is more modern, too, with movable desks arranged in a U shape so students can see each other during discussions. Classroom setup vocabulary. Smaller equals not as big. Movable desks equals desks that can be moved to different positions. Arranged equals organized or positioned. U-shape equals shaped like the letter U. Discussions equals conversations where people share ideas. Dr. Martinez is younger than Professor Wilson. She's probably in her late 30s. She's known for making her classes interactive and engaging. Students really enjoy her teaching style. "Good morning, future marketers," Dr. Martinez says enthusiastically as students settle into their seats. Today, we're going to talk about brand identity and how companies create emotional connections with customers. Teacher personality vocabulary. Interactive equals involving participation from students. Engaging equals interesting and attention-holding. Teaching style equals the way a teacher conducts classes. Enthusiastically equals with excitement and energy. Settle into equals sit down and get comfortable. Brand identity equals how a company presents itself to customers. Emotional connections equals feelings that link people to brands. Emma takes out her marketing notebook. She keeps separate notebooks for each subject to stay organized. She also opens her laptop to access the online reading materials for this class. Dr. Martinez starts the class by showing logos of famous companies on the screen: Apple, Nike, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, and Google. "Look at these logos," she says. "What feelings do they create in you? What words come to mind when you see them?" Students raise their hands to share their thoughts. "Apple makes me think of innovation and style. Nike makes me feel energetic and motivated. Coca-Cola reminds me of happiness and sharing with friends." Brand analysis vocabulary. Organized equals arranged in a neat, systematic way. Access equals get or use something. Online reading materials equals texts you read on the internet. Logos equals symbols that represent companies. Innovation equals new ideas and inventions. Style equals fashion and good design. Energetic equals full of energy. Motivated equals feeling inspired to do something. Emma finds this discussion fascinating. She never really thought about how much logos and branding influence her own shopping decisions. Dr. Martinez divides the class into small groups of 4 to 5 students each. Emma's group includes Marcus, Jennifer, and 2 other students, Ahmed and Lisa. Group work vocabulary. Fascinating equals extremely interesting. Influence equals affect or change. Shopping decisions equals choices about what to buy. Divides equals separates into parts. Includes equals, contains or has as members. The assignment for each group is to analyze a brand that appeals to young people and explain: what is the brand's target audience? What emotions does the brand try to create? How does the brand's marketing strategy work? Why is this brand successful with young consumers? Emma's group chooses to analyze Instagram. They spend 20 minutes discussing and taking notes together. Group assignment vocabulary. Assignment equals task or work to complete. Analyze equals examine carefully and explain. Appeals to equals is attractive or interesting to. Target audience equals the specific group of people a company wants to reach. Emotions equals feelings. Marketing strategy equals plan for promoting and selling products. Consumers equals people who buy products or services. Emma contributes several good ideas to the group discussion. Instagram's target audience is primarily people aged 13 to 35 who want to share their lives visually. The app creates feelings of creativity, connection, and social validation. Their marketing strategy focuses on influencer partnerships and user-generated content. Group contribution vocabulary. Contributes equals gives ideas or help to a group effort. Primarily equals mainly or mostly. Visually equals through images and pictures. Creativity equals the ability to make new and interesting things. Connection equals feeling close to other people. Social validation equals feeling accepted and liked by others. Influencer partnerships equals working with popular social media personalities. User-generated content equals content created by regular users, not the company. After the group discussions, each team presents their analysis to the class. Emma's group does very well. Dr. Martinez compliments them on their thorough analysis and clear presentation. Excellent work, Dr. Martinez says. You've clearly understood how modern brands build emotional relationships with their customers through digital platforms. Presentation vocabulary. Presents equals shows and explains to others. Analysis equals detailed examination and explanation. Compliments equals says nice things about someone's work. Thorough equals complete and detailed. Clear presentation equals explanation that's easy to understand. Digital platforms equals online services and apps. For the last 15 minutes of class, Dr. Martinez assigns homework for next week. Please read Chapter 7 in your textbook about consumer psychology and purchasing behavior. We'll have a quiz on this material next Wednesday. Also, I want each of you to observe your own purchasing behavior this week. Keep a simple diary. What did you buy? Why did you buy it? What influenced your decision? Homework vocabulary. Assigns equals gives work to students to do at home. Textbook equals book, used for studying a subject. Quiz equals short test. Material equals information or content to study. Observe equals watch and notice carefully. Purchasing behavior equals how and why people buy things. Diary equals book, where you write about your daily experiences. Influenced equals affected or changed. Emma writes down the homework assignment in her planner. She always writes down assignments immediately so she doesn't forget them. At 12:30 p.m., class ends. Emma packs her things and says goodbye to her group members. She feels good about today's class. The group work was engaging and she learned a lot about brand psychology. Now Emma has a 90-minute lunch break before her afternoon statistics class. Perfect timing to eat lunch and maybe study a little. Part 10. Lunch break. Campus life. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Clara. Emma leaves the marketing classroom and heads toward the main campus cafeteria. It's lunchtime, so the cafeteria will be very busy with students and faculty. The walk to the cafeteria takes about 5 minutes. Emma enjoys walking across campus. It gives her exercise and fresh air between classes. Campus movement vocabulary. Heads toward equals, goes in the direction of. Faculty equals teachers and professors at a university. Fresh air equals clean air from outside. Exercise equals physical activity that keeps you healthy. On her way to the cafeteria, Emma runs into her friend Tom from her statistics class. "Hey, Emma, how were your morning classes?" Tom asks. "Really good. Economics was interesting, and marketing was fun. We did group work about brand analysis. How about you?" "I had chemistry lab this morning. We did experiments with acids and bases. It was actually pretty cool," Tom replies. "That does sound cool. Are you heading to lunch too?" "Yeah, I'm starving. Want to eat together?" "Sure, let's go." Casual conversation vocabulary runs into equals meet someone unexpectedly. How were equals asking about past experiences. Group work equals working together with other students. Lab equals laboratory, place for scientific experiments. Experiments equals scientific tests to learn something. Acids and bases equals types of chemicals. Pretty cool equals quite interesting. Informal. Starving equals very hungry. Informal. Want to? Would you like to? Emma and Tom walked to the cafeteria together, chatting about their classes and weekend plans. The campus cafeteria is huge. It has different sections. Hot food section, pasta, pizza, grilled chicken, vegetables. Salad bar, fresh vegetables, different dressings. Sandwich counter, made-to-order sandwiches. International food section, Chinese, Indian, Mexican, Italian. Dessert section, cakes, cookies, ice cream. Beverages, soft drinks, juices, coffee, tea. Cafeteria vocabulary, huge equals very large. Sections equals different areas or parts. Hot food equals warm, cooked food. Grilled equals cooked on a grill with direct heat. Salad bar equals area where you can make your own salad. Dressings equals sauces for salads. Made to order equals prepared specially for each customer. International food equals food from different countries. Dessert equals sweet food eaten after the main meal. Beverages equals drinks. Soft drinks equals carbonated drinks like Coca-Cola. Emma and Tom get their trays and start looking at the options. There are so many choices. Emma is trying to eat healthily, so she chooses a mixed green salad with tomatoes, cucumbers, and carrots, grilled chicken breast, brown rice, a small piece of chocolate cake. She deserves a treat. A bottle of water. Tom is very hungry from his morning lab, so he chooses a large slice of pepperoni pizza, a Caesar salad, French fries, a chocolate chip cookie, a can of Coca-Cola. Food choices, vocabulary, trays equals flat containers for carrying food. Options are different choices available. Healthily equals in a way that's good for your body. Mixed green salad equals salad with different types of lettuce. Cucumbers equals long green vegetables. Breast equals the chest part of a chicken. Brown rice equals healthier type of rice. Deserves equals has earned the right to have. Treat equals something special you give yourself. Pepperoni equals spicy sausage often put on pizza. Caesar salad equals salad with romaine lettuce and special dressing. French fries equals fried potato strips. They pay for their food using their student meal cards. Most students buy meal plans at the beginning of the semester. It's more convenient and often cheaper than paying cash for each meal. Emma and Tom find a table near the windows where they can see the campus courtyard. The cafeteria is very noisy with hundreds of students talking, laughing, and eating. Dining experience, vocabulary, meal cards equals special cards for buying food on campus. Meal plans equals packages that include multiple meals. Beginning of the semester equals start of the school term. Convenient equals easy and practical. Cash equals paper money and coins. Courtyard equals open area surrounded by buildings. Noisy equals full of loud sounds. Hundreds equals many, literally means 200 plus, but used to mean a lot. While eating, Emma and Tom discuss their afternoon plans. I have statistics at 2 p.m., Emma says. It's my most challenging class this semester. Oh, I have statistics too. Same class? Tom asks. Professor Johnson, room 150 in the math building? Yes, that's the one. We can sit together, Tom says. Great. Maybe we can study together for the midterm exam next month. Definitely. Statistics is much easier when you have a study partner. Academic planning vocabulary. Challenging equals difficult, but in a good way. Same class equals the identical class. Sit together equals choose seats next to each other. Study together equals learn and practice as a team. Midterm exam equals test in the middle of the semester. Definitely equals absolutely for sure. Study partner equals someone you study with regularly. Emma checks her phone. 1:15 p.m. She still has 45 minutes before statistics class. I think I'll go to the library after lunch to review my notes from this morning, Emma says. Good idea. I need to print some readings for my afternoon psychology class, Tom replies. They finish their lunch and clear their tables. It's important to clean up after yourself in the cafeteria. Post-meal vocabulary. Review notes equals look at what you wrote in class again. Print readings equals make paper copies of texts. Psychology equals study of the mind and behavior. Clear their tables equals take away their dishes and clean the surface. Clean up after yourself equals make sure your area is tidy when you leave. Emma and Tom walk to the library together. The library is Emma's favorite place on campus. It's quiet, comfortable, and has everything she needs for studying. The library has multiple floors: ground floor, computers, printers, group study rooms. Second floor, quiet study areas, individual desks. Third floor, book collections, research materials. Fourth floor, graduate student area, very quiet. Library vocabulary. Multiple floors equals several levels or stories. Printers equals machines that make paper copies. Group study rooms equals small rooms where students can work together. Individual desks equals desks for one person. Collections equals organized groups of books. Research materials equals sources for academic projects. Graduate student equals student working on advanced degrees. Emma goes to the second floor to find a quiet spot for reviewing her economics notes. Tom stays on the ground floor to print his psychology readings. Emma finds a comfortable desk near a window with good natural light. She opens her laptop and her notebook from economics class. Study environment vocabulary. Quiet spot equals peaceful place without noise. Comfortable desk equals desk that's pleasant to sit at. Natural light equals light from the sun coming through windows. Opens equals starts using or turns on. Emma spends 30 minutes reviewing her economics notes from the morning. She rewrites some key concepts to help herself remember them better. Supply and demand. Summary. Supply up, demand down equals prices down. Supply down, demand up equals prices up. Examples: airline tickets, umbrellas, seasonal fruits. Study techniques vocabulary. Spends time equals uses time for a specific activity. Key concepts equals most important ideas. Rewrites equals writes again, usually more clearly. Remember equals keep information in your mind. Summary equals short version with main points. Up equals up / increases. Down equals down / decreases. Seasonal fruits equals fruits that are only available at certain times of year. At 1:50 p.m., Emma packs up her things and meets Tom at the library entrance. They walk together to the statistics classroom in the math building. Ready for some numbers and equations? Tom jokes. As ready as I'll ever be. Emma laughs. At least we're in it together. Transition vocabulary. Packs up equals puts things away in bags. Entrance equals door or area where you enter. Numbers and equations equals mathematical expressions. Jokes equals says something funny. As ready as I'll ever be equals I'm prepared. But it's still difficult. In it together equals facing the challenge as a team. Part 11, Afternoon Class, Statistics, 2 p.m., 3:30 p.m. Clara, Emma and Tom arrive at the math building at 1:58 p.m. Perfect timing. The statistics classroom is on the first floor in room 150. Professor Johnson is already in the classroom, setting up his computer and checking the projector. He's about 45 years old, with a beard and friendly eyes. Students say he explains difficult math concepts very clearly. Preparation vocabulary. Perfect timing equals arriving at exactly the right time. First floor equals ground level of a building. Setting up equals preparing and arranging equipment. Projector equals device that shows computer images on a big screen. Beard equals hair that grows on a man's face. Concepts equals ideas or principles. Emma and Tom choose seats in the third row, close enough to see the board clearly, but not so close that they feel pressure to answer every question. The statistics class has about 60 students. It's a required course for business students, so most students are studying business, marketing, economics, or accounting. Classroom dynamics, vocabulary. Third row equals the row of seats. That's third from the front. Feel pressure equals feel stressed or worried. Required course equals class that all students must take. Accounting equals managing money and financial records for businesses. At exactly 2 p.m., Professor Johnson begins the class. Good afternoon, everyone. Today we're continuing our unit on probability distributions. I know this topic can seem abstract, so I'll use lots of practical examples. Emma takes out her statistics notebook and calculator. This class requires a lot of mathematical calculations, so calculators are essential. Math class vocabulary unit equals section or chapter of study. Probability distributions equals ways of showing how likely different outcomes are. Abstract equals theoretical and hard to understand. Practical examples equals real-life situations that illustrate the concept. Calculator equals device for doing mathematical calculations. Calculations equals mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, etc. Essential equals absolutely necessary. Professor Johnson starts with a simple example. Imagine you're flipping a coin. What's the probability of getting heads? It's 50%, or 0.5, or 1/2. This is a basic probability distribution. There are only 2 possible outcomes, each with equal probability. Emma writes in her notebook, coin flip probability, 1/2. Heads, 50%, 0.5. Tails, 50%, 0.5. Total, 100%, 1.0. Probability vocabulary. Flipping a coin equals throwing a coin in the air to see which side lands up. Probability equals how likely something is to happen. Heads equals the side of a coin with a person's head on it. Outcomes equals possible results. Equal probability equals each result is equally likely. Tails equals the side of a coin opposite to heads. Then Professor Johnson introduces a more complex example. Now imagine you're rolling a 6-sided die. What's the probability of rolling a 3? It's 1/6, or about 16.67%. What's the probability of rolling an even number, 2, 4, or 6? It's 3/6, or 50%. Students start working on practice problems in pairs. Emma partners with Tom, and they solve problems together. Advanced probability vocabulary. Rolling a die equals throwing a small cube with numbers to see which number appears. 6-sided equals having 6 faces or surfaces. Die equals singular of dice, 1 cube. Even number equals number that can be divided by 2, like 2, 4, 6. Practice problems equals exercises to help learn the concept. Partners with equals works together with. Solve equals find the answer to a problem. Emma and Tom work on this problem. A bag contains 5 red marbles, 3 blue marbles, and 2 green marbles. If you pick 1 marble without looking, what's the probability of picking a red marble? Emma thinks out loud. There are 10 marbles total. 5 are red. So the probability is 5 out of 10, which equals 1/2, or 50%. That's right, Tom confirms. And what about blue? Blue would be 3/10, or 30%, Emma answers. Problem-solving vocabulary. Bag equals container for holding things. Marbles equals small colored glass balls. Pick equals choose or select. Without looking equals not using your eyes to choose. Total equals the complete amount when everything is added together. Thinks out loud equals says her thoughts so others can hear. Equals is the same as. Confirms equals says that something is correct. Professor Johnson walks around the classroom helping students with difficult problems. When he reaches Emma and Tom's table, he checks their work. Excellent work, you two. You clearly understand the basic principles of probability. Emma feels proud and confident. Statistics is challenging, but she's starting to understand it better. Teacher feedback vocabulary. Walks around equals moves from place to place in the room. Reaches equals arrives at or comes to. Checks their work equals looks at their answers to see if they're correct. Principles equals basic rules or ideas. Proud equals feeling good about an achievement. Confident equals feeling sure of yourself. Challenging equals difficult but interesting. For the second half of class, Professor Johnson introduces normal distributions, the famous bell curve that appears in many statistical analyses. Normal distributions appear everywhere in real life, he explains. Heights of people, test scores, measurement errors, they all tend to follow this bell-shaped pattern. Emma finds this fascinating. She never realized how much statistics appears in everyday life. Advanced statistics vocabulary. Normal distributions equals a specific type of probability distribution. Bell curve equals a curve shaped like a bell, wide in the middle and narrow at the ends. Statistical analyses equals studies using mathematical data. Heights equals how tall people are. Test scores equals grades or points earned on exams. Measurement errors equals small mistakes when measuring things. Tend to equals usually do. Bell-shaped pattern equals arrangement that looks like a bell. Fascinating equals extremely interesting. Professor Johnson shows real data on the screen. Average height of adult men in the UK, 175 centimeters. Most men are between 170 to 180 centimeters. Very few men are shorter than 160 centimeters or taller than 190 centimeters. This creates a bell curve, he explains. Most people are near the average, and very few people are at the extremes. Data analysis vocabulary. Real data equals actual information from real situations. Average equals the typical or mean value. Adult equals person who is fully grown. Between equals in the range from one number to another. Shorter than equals not as tall as. Taller than equals higher than. Creates equals, makes or forms. Extremes equals the very high or very low ends. Emma takes careful notes about normal distributions. She draws a bell curve in her notebook and labels the important parts. Center, average/mean. Sides, standard deviation. Shape, symmetric. Note-taking vocabulary. Careful notes equals notes. Written with attention to detail. Draws equals makes a picture with a pen or pencil. Labels equals writes names or descriptions on parts of a diagram. Center equals middle point. Mean equals another word for average. Standard deviation equals measure of how spread out data is. Symmetric equals the same on both sides. At 3:25 p.m., Professor Johnson assigns homework. Please complete exercises 1 to 15 in Chapter 8 of your textbook. We'll review the answers next class. Also, start thinking about topics for your final statistics project. It's due in 4 weeks. Emma writes down the assignment in her planner. She also makes a note to start brainstorming project ideas this weekend. Assignment vocabulary, complete, equals finish all parts of. Exercises equals practice problems or questions. Review equals go over together in class. Final project equals major assignment at the end of the course. Due must be submitted by this date. Brainstorming equals thinking of creative ideas. Class ends at 3:30 p.m. sharp. Emma packs her calculator, notebook, and laptop into her backpack. That wasn't as bad as I expected, Tom says as they leave the classroom. I agree. Professor Johnson explains things really well, Emma replies. Want to work on the homework together later this week? Sure. How about Thursday evening? We could meet at the library. Perfect. I'll text you to confirm. Post-class vocabulary. Sharp equals exactly at that time. As bad as expected equals it was better than they thought it would be. Explains things well equals makes concepts clear and easy to understand. Later this week equals in a few days. Thursday evening equals Thursday night. Confirm equals make sure the plan is still good. Emma says goodbye to Tom and checks her phone. 3:35 p.m. She has about 2 hours before her part-time job starts at the coffee shop. Perfect time to go home, relax a little, and prepare for work. Part 12. Late afternoon. Going home. 3:35 p.m. to 5 p.m. Clara. Emma leaves the math building and walks to the campus bus stop. The afternoon is still cloudy, but it's a bit warmer than this morning. At the bus stop, Emma meets Jennifer from her marketing class. Hey, Emma. How was statistics? Jennifer asks. Actually better than I expected. We learned about probability and normal distributions. How was your afternoon? I had psychology and then spent 2 hours in the computer lab working on my website design project. My eyes are tired from staring at screens all day. Oh, that sounds exhausting. What kind of website are you designing? It's for a local bakery. They want to sell their cakes and pastries online. Afternoon conversation vocabulary. A bit warmer equals slightly higher temperature. Better than expected equals more positive than anticipated. Spent 2 hours equals used 2 hours for an activity. Computer lab equals room with many computers for student use. Website design equals creating and building internet sites. Eyes are tired equals eyes feel strained from too much use. Staring at screens equals looking at computer/phone displays for a long time. Exhausting equals very tiring. Local bakery equals nearby store that makes bread and cakes. Pastries equals sweet baked goods. Online equals on the internet. The bus arrives right on time. Emma and Jennifer find seats together and continue chatting during the 15-minute ride. Are you working tonight? Jennifer asks. Yeah. I work at Bean There Coffee Shop from 5:30 to 9:30. It's actually fun. I like making coffee drinks and talking to customers. That's cool. Do you get free coffee? Yes. That's one of the best benefits. I probably drink too much caffeine, though. Emma laughs. I should visit your coffee shop sometime. Where is it exactly? It's on High Street near the bookstore. We make really good lattes and have amazing chocolate croissants. Work conversation vocabulary. Right on time equals arriving exactly when expected. Continue chatting equals keep talking casually. Working tonight equals having a job this evening. Coffee drinks equals beverages made with coffee. Customers equals people who buy products or services. Free coffee equals coffee that doesn't cost money. Benefits equals good things you get from a job. Too much caffeine equals more caffeine than is healthy. Visit equals come to see or go to. Exactly equals precisely where. High Street equals main shopping street in many British towns. Amazing equals extremely good. Emma gets off the bus at her usual stop. She says goodbye to Jennifer and walks the 2 minutes to her apartment building. Emma climbs the stairs to the 3rd floor and unlocks her apartment door. I'm home, she calls out. But Sarah isn't there. She's probably still at university. Emma drops her heavy backpack by the door and takes off her jacket. It feels good to be home after a long day of classes. Arriving home vocabulary. Usual stop equals the bus stop she normally uses. Says goodbye equals gives farewell greetings. Apartment building equals large building with many separate living spaces. Unlocks equals opens with a key. Calls out equals says something loudly. Drops equals puts down, sometimes carelessly. Heavy backpack equals bag that weighs a lot. Takes off equals removes, clothing. It feels good equals it's pleasant and comfortable. Emma goes to the kitchen and makes herself a cup of tea. She chooses chamomile tea because it's relaxing and caffeine-free. She'll have enough caffeine at work later. While her tea steeps, Emma checks her personal email and social media. She has an email from her university about graduation requirements, a Facebook message from her high school friend who lives in another city, several Instagram posts from classmates, a LinkedIn notification about career opportunities, afternoon relaxation vocabulary, makes herself equals prepares for her own use. Chamomile tea equals herbal tea that helps you relax. Relaxing equals calming and peaceful. Caffeine-free equals containing no caffeine. Steeps equals sits in hot water to develop flavor. Personal email equals private email, not school-related. Social media equals online platforms like Facebook and Instagram. Graduation requirements equals things needed to complete university. High school friend equals friend from secondary school. Lives in another city equals has moved to a different place. Posts equals messages or photos shared online. Classmates equals other students in her classes. Notification equals alert or message. Career opportunities equals possible jobs. Emma replies to her high school friend's message. Hi, Sarah. Great to hear from you. University is going well. I'm really enjoying my marketing and economics classes. How's your new job in Manchester? Miss you. Let's video chat soon. XO. Emma. Personal messaging vocabulary. Great to hear from you equals I'm happy you contacted me. Going well equals happening successfully. Enjoying equals finding pleasure in. How's your new job? Equals asking about someone's recent employment. Manchester equals large city in northern England. Miss you equals feel sad because you're not here. Video chat equals online conversation with cameras. soon equals in the near future. XO equals hugs and kisses, informal way to end friendly messages. Emma spends about 30 minutes relaxing at home. She drinks her tea, responds to messages, and reviews her schedule for tomorrow. She also changes into her work clothes, black pants, black shoes, and a white shirt, the uniform for Bean There coffee shop. At 4:45 p.m., Emma gathers her work things, her work apron, a small notebook for taking customer orders, her wallet and keys, a light sweater. The coffee shop can get cold in the evening. Work preparation vocabulary. Relaxing at home equals resting in a comfortable place. Responds to messages equals answers, texts, and emails. Reviews her schedule equals looks at her plan for tomorrow. Changes into equals, puts on different clothes. Work clothes equals clothing required for a job. Uniform equals special clothes that all employees wear. Gathers equals collects together. Work apron equals protective covering worn over clothes. Taking customer orders equals writing down what people want to buy. Wallet equals small bag for carrying money and cards. Light sweater equals thin, warm clothing. Emma leaves a note for Sarah on the kitchen table. Hi, Rumi. Gone to work. Back around 10 p.m. There's leftover pasta in the fridge if you want dinner. See you tonight, Emma. She locks the apartment and heads to work. The coffee shop is about a 10-minute walk from her apartment. Leaving for work vocabulary. Roomie equals informal word for roommate. Gone to work equals left to go to my job. Back around equals returning at approximately. Leftover pasta equals food from a previous meal that wasn't eaten. Fridge equals short word for refrigerator. See you tonight equals I'll talk to you later today. Heads to work equals goes toward her job. 10-minute walk equals distance that takes 10 minutes on foot. Part 13. Evening work. Coffee shop job. 5:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Clara. Emma arrives at Bean There. Coffee shop at 5:25 p.m. 5 minutes early, which is perfect for getting ready before her shift starts. Bean. There is a cozy, independent coffee shop with about 15 tables, comfortable chairs, and warm lighting. It's popular with students, local professionals, and people who want a quiet place to work or meet friends. Workplace description vocabulary. Arrives equals comes to a place. 5 minutes early equals arriving before the required time. Shift equals period of time when you work. Cozy equals comfortable and warm. Warm lighting equals soft, pleasant lights. Local professionals equals people who work in jobs nearby. Quiet place equals location without much noise. Emma enters through the back door, the employee entrance, and goes to the small staff room. She puts on her work apron and ties her hair back. Food safety rules require that hair be covered or tied back. Her manager, Dave, is already there preparing for the evening shift. Hi, Emma. Ready for another busy evening? Dave asks cheerfully. Absolutely. How was the afternoon shift? Emma replies. Pretty busy. Lots of students studying for exams. We sold out of chocolate croissants again. I'm not surprised. They're so popular. Should I start by cleaning the espresso machine? Yes, please. And then can you restock the pastry display? We got a new delivery this afternoon. Work routine vocabulary. Back door equals entrance at the rear of a building. Employee entrance equals door specially for workers. Staff room equals room where employees can rest and prepare. Puts on equals wears or uses. Ties back equals pulls hair away from face and secures it. Food safety rules equals regulations to keep food clean and safe. Covered equals hidden or protected. Manager equals person who supervises other workers. Preparing equals getting ready. Busy evening equals time period with many customers. Sold out equals completely used up all of something. I'm not surprised equals that's what I expected. Popular equals liked by many people. Espresso machine equals equipment for making strong coffee. Restock equals add new items to replace sold items. Pastry display equals glass case showing baked goods. Delivery equals bringing new supplies to the store. Emma starts her work routine. First, she cleans the espresso machine, which involves wiping down all surfaces with sanitizing solution, cleaning the milk, steaming wand, running clean water through the brewing system, checking that all parts are working properly. Equipment cleaning vocabulary. Work routine equals regular tasks done at a job, involves equals, includes, or requires. Wiping down equals cleaning surfaces with a cloth. Surfaces equals outside parts of equipment. Sanitizing solution equals liquid that kills germs. Milk steaming wand equals device that heats and froths milk. Running water through equals allowing water to flow through. Brewing system equals parts of the machine that make coffee. Working properly equals functioning correctly. Next, Emma restocks the pastry display with fresh items. Chocolate croissants, almond Danish pastries, blueberry muffins, carrot cake slices, chocolate chip cookies. Each item has a label showing the price and ingredients, important for customers with food allergies. Food service vocabulary. Fresh items equals newly made products. Almond Danish equals sweet pastry with almond filling. Blueberry muffins equals small cakes with blueberries. Carrot cake equals cake made with carrots and spices. Slices equals pieces cut from a larger cake. Label equals small sign with information. Price equals how much something costs. Ingredients equals parts or components used to make food. Food allergies equals bad physical reactions to certain foods. At 5:30 p.m. exactly, Emma opens the front door and flips the sign from closed to open. The evening shift has officially started. The first customers are usually students looking for coffee and a quiet place to study. Emma greets each customer with a friendly smile and asks, "What can I get for you today?" Customer service vocabulary. Exactly equals precisely at that time. Front door equals main entrance for customers. Flips the sign equals turns the sign to show different words. Officially started equals formally begun. Looking for equals wanting to find. Greets equals welcomes or says hello to. Friendly smile equals warm, pleasant expression. What can I get for you? How can I help you? What would you like? Emma's first customer is a university student who orders, "Hi, can I have a large cappuccino and a chocolate croissant, please?" "Of course." "For here or to go?" Emma asks. "For here, please." "I'm going to study for a while." "Perfect. That'll be £5.50. Would you like me to warm the croissant for you?" "Yes, please. That sounds great." Taking orders vocabulary. Large cappuccino equals big coffee drink with milk foam. For here or to go? Will you eat here or take it away? Study for a while equals spend time learning. That'll be equals the total cost is. Warm the croissant equals heat the pastry to make it more delicious. Sounds great equals that's a good idea. Emma prepares the cappuccino using the espresso machine. Making a good cappuccino requires skill. Grind fresh coffee beans. Extract the espresso shots, about 25 seconds each. Steam milk to the right temperature, 60 to 65 degrees Celsius. Pour the steamed milk to create foam art on top. Emma has been working here for 6 months, so she's become quite good at making coffee drinks. Coffee preparation vocabulary. Prepares equals makes or creates. Requires skill equals needs, practice and ability. Grind equals break into small pieces. Fresh coffee beans equals recently roasted coffee seeds. Extract equals pull out or obtain. Espresso shots equals small amounts of strong coffee. Steam milk equals heat milk with steam to make it frothy. Right temperature equals correct heat level. Pour equals move liquid from one container to another. Foam art equals decorative design made with milk foam. Become quite good equals improved significantly with practice. While Emma makes the cappuccino, she warms the chocolate croissant in the small oven behind the counter. The delicious smell of chocolate and buttery pastry fills the air. "Here you go," Emma says, serving the customer. "Enjoy your study session." "Thank you so much. This smells amazing," the customer replies, finding a table by the window. Serving customers vocabulary. Small oven equals compact heating appliance. Behind the counter equals on the employee side of the service area. Delicious smell equals wonderful aroma. Buttery equals containing or tasting of butter. Fills the air equals spreads throughout the space. Here you go equals phrase used when giving something to someone. Serving equals giving food/drink to customers. Study session equals period of time spent learning. Smells amazing equals has a wonderful aroma. Finding a table equals looking for and choosing a place to sit. Throughout the evening, Emma serves many different customers. Students ordering coffee and snacks for studying. Professional people meeting for business discussions. Friends catching up over tea and cake. People working on laptops who stay for hours. Evening customer types vocabulary. Throughout equals during the whole period of.